On this
My guard
episode of
goes
Candid
down so I
Convos,
can be in my feminine bag because you got that covered. So I am putting my life in your hands. I am doing that, right? I can't want to hold on to these areas of control, but then be submissive. That's the problem that we're having, right? Women are trying to control too much in the relationship. That's what you're saying. She wants to be in a relationship, but she wants to control everything, which is a masculine tendency. So if you're saying you want her to let go of the wheel, you got it, then she needs to be able to trust that you have it. Right? That's a
oh,
scary thing for some women. Like that, y'all. I don't think sometimes like y'all understand what that takes for a woman to actually be submissive, right? For real. And I don't think that women understand that in order for a man to lead properly, she has to submit. Without that, he can't actually lead the way he needs to. There's a give and take.
I get that. So let me ask this question. So you just made a point that I think is also a part of the issue. Why is it so scary? Yeah, why is it so scary for a woman to submit if this is the man that she chose?
Because I think unfortunately it's because there's just been a lot of horror stories. There's been a lot of things that she's probably experienced by proxy. There's been a lot of things that, have affected her, family members, or friends. And so now she's like, I'm concerned, right? Because this didn't work for so and so, or it didn't work for this person, or it didn't work for that person. And I'm supposed to just believe that is going to work for me, right? Now, I'm not saying that this is the right frame of mind for you to be in. I'm simply just trying to give you guys a glimpse into what that's actually like from the female perspective, right? I
Right.
mean,
No,
that's
I
the easiest
understand.
answer that.
It's
Yeah, no, no.
scary. And I
Go ahead,
understand
Tay.
the question. So it's just as scary as the woman that's been married for 30 years and they get a divorce. She doesn't know how to live life alone. You know what I mean? So it might be that single person that has been single for a long time, and now it's not hard to be submissive, but little certain things. Like me personally, I wanted to have control over in my life because if I if I let you take control of it and something happens, it goes wrong, I can only blame that on myself. So sometimes, but even now, uh, I am submissive now and I let him handle what he wants to handle. But please believe I make moves on the background just in case I got to make it happen too. You know what I mean? And just in case it might be like, hey, baby girl, I need this or I need that. And I have to make sure that I am okay. So just in case that does happen, so it is, but I think I just do that because I want to make sure that I'm always okay. Some women might be like, oh, my man got money. I'm about to go spend his money, my money, and somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some women that's like that. But I don't want to do that. We're going to spend his money and then if something happen, we're going to spend my money. But till then, we're going to go and let him lead, you know. Is it masculine for me to have something, or is it not masculine for him to say, hey, sweetheart, I need this month? No, it's not. If it's a partnership and we are partners and you just asking me, and you're not asking me every month, this once every blue moon. you know so yeah, coming from being single, coming from somebody, and not you saying you dependent on them, but you letting him in your personal space or in your space like that. Because when I dated, I could just date. I can just date. Is surface conversations are surface. You don't have to know about my hopes and my dreams and my aspirations. You know. So when you do get with somebody that you are talking about your hopes and your dreams and your aspirations, and that's y'all it's something deeper. So I think it's just the same fear a woman that has been married for a long time would have getting back out into the not the dating pool, but not being married anymore.
Okay. So let me present it like this because I hear something. I hear something in the breakdowns. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Um, are we talking around the fact that we have a lack of trust?
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's at the core of the issue. That's definitely at the core of the issue. I think that the trust in the Black community as a whole has been broken. I think that the trust is just broken. I mean, we don't even trust each other. Like, let's just be so for real for a second. We don't trust each other at all. The man standing next to you don't trust you, and he looked just like you, and y'all probably lived a similar experience, not exact, but similar. He don't trust you. He don't want to get money with you. He don't want to tell you where he live. He don't want you to try to work with him. He don't want you to be his coworker. He don't want you to be his neighbor. He don't trust you. Women definitely don't trust each other at all.
The Bible is very clear. Both parties submit and die to each other. So, not die to each other, but die to their fleshly desires for the union. So, I hear women complaining about submission, but men have to submit unto death. So, we have a higher calling of dying for not only our wives but our families. So, we should be the ones kind of complaining, hey, I gotta die for you. I don't want to do that. Some guys don't want to do that. I just think women just need to, if you don't trust the person you're with, I don't get why you're with them. That's just weird to me because I hear that a lot. Just don't be with and then you have to have some self-introspection. Maybe you need to see a therapist about that. If you keep choosing the wrong people, I don't know. But I don't hear that I don't know, Mr. Price or JR or Joe. I don't hear that same argument. I don't think men say that. I mean, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't hear men saying, I don't trust the woman I'm with like that. I just really don't hear that. But
yeah, no. So I'm gonna let you go in a sec, Joe. That's not typically something that men will say. And this is kind of why I asked the question I asked earlier about, why is it hard? Because the ladies were saying that, saying it's hard for a woman to submit in that whole thing. And I was just asking, why is it hard? Right. Because from the male perspective, when it comes to the leadership piece and having to provide and protect, like that's not hard. Like, it's like, we know that's what we signing up for. So it's like, once I choose this woman, especially if I marry this woman, I know what I'm signing up for. So it's not hard. So yeah, that's like I said, that's not something typically that you're going to hear from a guy. And at the end of the day, he may not have it all figured out in the beginning, but he already knows that over time he's gonna have to figure it out. It just is what it is. So that's my response to that. I know she wanted to say something, and I'll come back to the panel. Go ahead, Coco.
This is where I think men are and can be a little bit disingenuous with this. Like, for y'all to say that y'all know y'all gonna have to provide and y'all know y'all gonna have to protect and you just accept this responsibility, it's like, this is where I feel like, man, y'all be disingenuous a little bit. Y'all know that when you're looking at the prospect of taking on a woman, which could turn into a family, which can turn into your sole responsibility to protect and provide this woman, that y'all are concerned, y'all are nervous, y'all are worried. That's part of the reason why it takes a lot of y'all a while to decide that you're going to propose to that woman and marry that woman, because you're trying to position yourself, because you know what it means when you decide to propose to her and make that woman your wife. This is why there is that process of courtship. This is why there is that engagement process. This is why a woman might be dating a man for 4, 5, 6 years before he marries her. Or some people are together for 10 years before they get married. I'm like, this is why these types of situations happen. Okay, let's not be disingenuous. Like, men, you guys do know there's a level of responsibility that's going to be on you. So you are thinking about those things. Those things do bother you. They do give you pause, which is why you take time, you prepare yourself, because you understand the level of responsibility you're going to have. So maybe it doesn't look the same way it does for a woman when she's concerned, when she's nervous, when she's anxious, right? It may not look the same. The reactions and the responses are not the same. But not for a second do you guys not go through some type of anxiety or concern or fear or trepidation or hesitation or whatever it is that you want to call it. Let's not act like that does not happen because you're men, because it absolutely does happen. And I would say with this particular generation, it's an even bigger problem. That's why they running around here saying they don't want to get married, JR. That's why they saying that. Because they're seeing what's going on and they're like, nope, I don't want the responsibility. Nope, I don't want to do it. Nope, she could end up doing this. This could happen, that could happen, and all the what ifs that you guys are saying could happen, that sometimes do happen. Y'all like, I don't want it. I don't want to be bothered. So let's not be so disingenuous. Is it that far of a reach to believe that a woman might genuinely be concerned about submitting to someone, just like it's not a reach to understand why a man might be genuinely concerned about taking on the responsibility of a wife and a family when he doesn't know what that's going to be like or how that's going to go or what the end game or the result is going to be. He doesn't know if he's going to lose what he's worked hard for. He doesn't. I mean, so when we have this conversation, like, we have to be honest, right? Like, we understand y'all are men, y'all are masculine, we get it.
So men, if I'm waiting 5 to 10 years to marry somebody, that means I don't trust that woman, but she's doing things that I like. So I'm going to keep her on the back burner. It's just being rational, right? That's what Travis Kelce did to his ex-girlfriend before he dumped her. He knew she wasn't really worth anything other than what he was getting from her. But he was kind of like, oh, I like that. It's not even fear. It's just, okay, she's a cool girl to kick it with, right? I might not be able to get better than that, but it just is what it is. Like, she's not really worth the protection or the provision. I know that's a really hard thing to say to some women, but that's just true. And some men are cool with that. I'm not saying that I'm cool with that. I'm just saying. And also the other piece, it's not that we don't want to provide and protect. My generation, JR's been pretty clear about it. We just know a lot of women aren't worth doing that for either, because we might get screwed.
Okay,
so it's not fear. Way. It's just rational. It's just
women feel the same way.
What man?
Women.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, holding it down for Candid Convos. Man, if you enjoyed this video, man, go check out this next one.